The Young and the Restless spoilers. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It is currently 3 a.m. on a Thursday. I have a massive cup of coffee in my hand, and there is absolutely no way I am going to sleep anytime soon. I just finished watching the latest episode of The Young and the Restless, and my brain is completely short-circuiting right now. We need to unpack this immediately because I am losing my mind. I cannot believe what they just did. I am literally shaking as I type this. I am sitting here staring at a blank screen trying to process the sheer audacity of the writers. Matt Clark and Mariah Copeland? Are you kidding me right now? I mean, I knew they were going to cross paths. The spoilers have been hinting at a major collision between these two for weeks, and we all know that whenever Matt Clark is in town, absolute chaos follows. But this was not on my bingo card, not in a million years. Let's just back up for a second and talk about the setup, because I was fully prepared for a horror movie scenario. We all know who Matt Clark is. The man is a psychopath. He is a monster who has terrorized the Newman family relentlessly. He faked amnesia. He manipulated Sienna. He drove Noah out of town. He held people hostage in a rundown gas station in Vegas. I honestly thought that when Matt and Mariah finally came face to face, it was going to be a violent, terrifying encounter. I thought he was going to kidnap her to get back at Nick and Shara. I was sitting on the edge of my couch, biting my nails, waiting for him to pull a weapon or lock her in a basement. But no, the writers completely swerved us. It wasn't a violent clash at all. It was intimate, and I don't know if I'm thrilled by the sheer soapy drama of it or completely disgusted, maybe on both, because what actually happened was so much more psychologically damaging than a physical attack. They meet, and instead of a confrontation, they just start talking. And Matt plays the role of the sympathetic, understanding listener. He just sits there looking at Mariah with those dark, calculating eyes, and he actually listens to her. And Mariah, oh my God, poor broken Mariah. She completely shatters. She pours her entire heart out to this monster. Wait, I need to go off on a tangent here because we need to talk about Mariah's mental state. Can we just pause and look at the history here? I have been watching this show for years, and Mariah's journey has been one of the most tragic things I have ever witnessed. Remember the surrogacy storyline? She agreed to carry Abby and Devon's baby. She was locked in a room by Stitch for weeks while pregnant. She gave birth in captivity. She bonded with that little boy. She called him Bowie. She loved him as her own. And then she had to hand him over, and it completely broke her mind. When she had her psychological break and kidnapped Dominic, it was devastating to watch. She wasn't malicious. She was sick. She was a grieving mother in her own mind. But Devon has never forgiven her. And I am sorry, but I am so sick of Devon's self-righteous attitude. He has been acting like a complete tyrant lately. He is pushing lawsuits. He is threatening her with prison time. He is completely alienating his own wife, Abby, over his unhinged rage. Devon's absolute cruelty has isolated Mariah to the point where she feels like she has no one. Tessa is dealing with her own complicated feelings and is away. Sharon is distracted by Nick's addiction crisis, and Mariah is just drowning in guilt and sorrow. So, of course, she is vulnerable. She is standing on the edge of a cliff, emotionally speaking. And who is there to catch her? Matt freaking Clark. Because Matt doesn't tell her she is crazy. He doesn't judge her like Devon does. He sits there and he validates her. Psychopaths are charming, guys. That is how they get you. He tells her that she has changed, that she is strong, and that he understands what it feels like to be judged by the entire town of Genoa City. And then he starts asking her about Dominic. Mariah confesses how much she misses that baby, how she yearns for him, how she feels like a piece of her soul is missing. And Matt, playing the ultimate devil on her shoulder, leans in and tells her to stop waiting. He tells her to be bold. He tells her that if she wants that baby, she should fight for him. Don't wait for anyone's permission, he says. Take him back. I literally screamed at my television. Take him back? Are we seriously doing this? Matt is actively encouraging a mentally fragile, traumatized woman to kidnap a baby for the second time. This is so sick. This is Matt's ultimate revenge. He doesn't need a gun. He doesn't need a bomb. He doesn't need to hold anyone hostage. He is using psychological warfare. He is weaponizing Mariah's trauma to destroy Devin, Abby, and the entire Newman family from the inside out. He is lighting a match and tossing it into a powder keg. And just when I thought I could not handle any more psychological manipulation, the scene shifts. They go back to his room and they sleep together. I am sorry, but what? They slept together. I had to pause the episode and walk around my living room for 5 minutes. I am still trying to process the logistics and the absolute insanity of this. First of all, Mariah is married to Tessa. Yes, I know their marriage has been strained. I know Tessa's been having some weird emotional tension with Daniel Romalotti, which is a whole other mess we don't have time for right now. But Mariah loves Tessa. She identifies as a lesbian, or at least bisexual, with a strong preference for her wife. The fact that she just fell into bed with Matt Clark shows exactly how deeply broken and detached from reality she is right now. She is hitting absolute rock bottom, seeking comfort in the arms of the devil himself, just to feel something other than pain. But wait, I am getting ahead of myself, because there is a massive, glaring, horrifying piece of history here that makes this hookup the sickest thing I have ever seen on daytime television. Let's rewind the tapes, folks. Do we all remember what Matt Clark did in the past? Matt Clark sexually assaulted Sharon Newman, Mariah's mother. I feel physically ill just typing that out. Mariah Copeland just slept with the man who assaulted and terrorized her own mother. Does Mariah not know? Did she forget in her trauma-induced haze? Or did Matt manipulate her so perfectly, spinning some twisted web of lies, that she somehow separated the man in front of her from the monster who destroyed her family? When Sharon finds out about this, she is going to need a straitjacket. I mean, Sharon has been through hell and back a dozen times on this show, but this, finding out her daughter slept with her attacker, this will completely break her. It will destroy her sanity. I am dreading that scene, but I also know I am going to be glued to my screen watching it. Okay, back to the point. The hookup happens. The deed is done. The ultimate betrayal and manipulation is complete. And just when I thought my jaw could not possibly drop any further, the door gets kicked open. Enter Phyllis Summers. Yes, Red is in the building. And let me tell you, Michelle Stafford deserves an Emmy for the facial expressions in this one scene alone. Let's talk about Phyllis for a second. Phyllis has been in a very weird, toxic entanglement with Matt recently. We all know Phyllis took off his electronic ankle monitor a while back to protect him from Victor's wrath, because Phyllis thought she could use Matt as a weapon against the mustache. They were hooking up. She thought she had him on a leash. She thought they were this twisted, unstoppable team. But did anyone actually think Phyllis Summers, the queen of paranoia and scheming, wouldn't keep the tracking app on her phone? Of course she did. She needs leverage. He needs to know exactly where her dangerous new boy toy is at all times. So she checks the tracker. She sees he is at the hotel or wherever they are. She probably marches over there expecting to find him plotting their next move against Victor, or maybe she just wanted a late-night rendezvous. She kicks open that door, ready to be the boss, ready to strut in and own the room. And she freezes. The visual of Phyllis standing in that doorway is burned into my brain forever. The absolute shock, the total disgust, the raw, unfiltered betrayal flashing across her face. She looks at the bed, and she sees Matt, the guy she has been risking Victor's wrath for, the guy she is facing potential jail time to protect, tangled up in the sheets with Mariah Copeland. Let's just marinate on the irony here for a second, because it is delicious and terrible all at once. Phyllis hates Sharon. Phyllis and Sharon have decades of bad blood. They have fought over Nick. They have fought over Jack. They have fought over everything. Phyllis despises the very ground Sharon walks on. And now Phyllis walks into a room, ladies, and finds her lover in bed with Sharon's offspring. The sheer humiliation of it is staggering. Phyllis was replaced by a Newman-adjacent, Sharon-spawned, traumatized millennial. The irony is so thick you could cut it with a chainsaw. What is Phyllis going to do now? Because we all know Phyllis does not handle humiliation well. Remember when she drove her car into a wall? Remember when she faked her own death to frame Diane? Phyllis is a ticking time bomb on her best days. And right now, she is facing serious criminal charges because of Victor's AI framing scheme. She is backed into a corner, she is desperate, and she just had her pride stomped into the dirt by Matt Clark. She is going to explode. I can feel it in my bones. She has the ultimate blackmail material now. She could use this to destroy Matt. She could use this to destroy Mariah. Will she tell Sharon? Oh, you better believe she will. I can already see the scene playing out in my head. Phyllis is going to march right into Crimson Lights, order a ridiculously complicated latte, and drop this nuclear bomb right in the middle of the coffee shop just to watch Sharon shatter into a million pieces. Phyllis will not be able to resist twisting the knife. She will look Sharon dead in the eye and tell her exactly what her precious daughter has been up to with the man who assaulted her. It is going to be brutal, and it is going to be epic soap opera television. And what about Devon? Oh my God, Devon. If Devon finds out that Mariah is not only sleeping with a known psychopathic criminal, but is also being encouraged to kidnap Dominic again, he will lose whatever tiny shred of sanity he has left. He will call the police. He will demand full custody. He will file restraining orders. He will probably try to have Mariah committed to a high-security asylum. Devon is already looking for any excuse to completely erase Mariah from their lives. And Matt just handed him a loaded gun on a silver platter. I just cannot get over how perfectly evil Matt's plan is. I hate him. I really, truly hate him. But am I the only one who kind of loves how chaotic he is? No. Wait. I hate him. I definitely hate him. But you have to admit, as a villain, he is delivering top-tier drama. By sleeping with Mariah, he is asserting dominance over everyone. He is taking Sharon's daughter. He is hurting Nick by proxy. He is humiliating Phyllis. He is blowing up Devon and Abby's world because Mariah is connected to everybody. He is pulling all the strings, and everyone is just dancing to his sick, twisted tune. I am so worried for Mariah. I know a lot of fans find her annoying sometimes, or they think she complains too much, but you have to look at the psychology of her character. She grew up in a cult. She was manipulated by Ian Ward. She found her family, lost them, found them again. She gave up her body to carry a child for someone else, and it broke her brain. She has never truly healed from any of it. Tessa tries her best, but Tessa can't fix decades of deep-rooted trauma. Mariah is a fundamentally tragic character, and seeing her manipulated like this, seeing her fall so far into the dark, is genuinely heartbreaking. And Phyllis, I don't even know what to predict for her anymore. She is so self-destructive. Part of me thinks she might try to team up with Victor now just to crush Matt. Can you imagine? Phyllis crawling back to the mustache, offering to hand Matt over on a silver platter in exchange for her freedom from the AI charges. It would be the ultimate deal with the devil. But Phyllis is a survivor. She will do whatever it takes to come out on top, and right now she is at the absolute bottom. I need to know what you guys think. Am I overreacting? Is this the craziest thing YNR has done in years? Or am I just sleep deprived and overly emotional? How do you think Tessa's going to react when she finds out her wife slept with a man? How is Sharon going to survive this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit me up on Twitter. Do whatever you got to do, because I need to talk about this with people who understand my pain. I'm going to go make another pot of coffee and probably rewatch that final scene 10 more times just to make sure I didn't hallucinate the whole thing. The drama is real. The stakes have never been higher, and Genoa City is about to go up in flames. Stay tuned, guys, because this is about to get incredibly messy, and I am absolutely here for every single second of it. Until next time, try to get some sleep, because clearly I won't be getting any.